Hello, beautiful people. You're welcome to your favorite conversation on Truth Hurts Podcast. Yes, it's Truth Hurts Podcast, baby. And today we are going to be having yet another interesting conversation. One that has made a lot of headlines in recent times because pretty much everyone wants to do it. People want to alter, they want to fix, they want to arrange their defects. What are we talking about? Yes, we're talking about plastic surgery. But before we get to let the cat out of the bag, let us welcome our lone guest. Wow, let me start with my co-host, of course, before he press my neck. Hello, brother Jude of the Lord Jesus.
Hi, Faith.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm great.
Okay, awesome. I'm doing wonderful.
Nice to know.
Yeah. We also have on the program this day, well, not the first time we're having her, I think the second time we're having her on the show, and she's definitely perfectly suited for this particular topic. Yes, giving her vast exposure and experience in the media. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than the CEO, the face, the brain, the everything behind better things. A very better woman, Clarice Linger. I say hello and welcome.
Thank you, dear. Thanks for having me, Faith. Thank you.
Glad to have you. How you doing? You look good. You look gorgeous.
We thank God.
We thank the Lord. Anyway, let's dive straight into our topic. Mm-hmm. And today we are going to be discussing on the fact that, well, plastic surgery has left from being a taboo to something pretty much trendy, and how celebrities have made this mainstream. Mm-hmm. Back then, especially in the African context, you wouldn't really hear people talk about this or venture into it. But these days, looks like everyone is trying to get a plastic surgery. So let me just read pretty much a simple definition of what a plastic surgery is. A plastic surgery is a surgical specialty focused on, these are the three key words: repairing, reconstructing, or altering the human body. And like I just mentioned earlier on, it used to be a taboo. Clarice, why do you think it used to be a taboo back then?
Because people were a little ashamed of, not being. Because first of all, if the fact that you feel like you want to fix something in your body means that you're not comfortable with the way it is.
Facts.
So people were not comfortable. It's like you being insecure and letting everybody know you're insecure. So people are not comfortable letting people know that they had these insecurities about themselves. So that's why I feel like they're hiding it. Even up to today, there are many people who still will not be honest about the fact that they have done plastic surgery because they don't want people to know that, oh, I was insecure about this part of my body and I did plastic surgery. Even though many other people are popularizing it, but there are still many people who are not being honest about it. They are still doing and like, no, it's my real bum. No, it's my real bum.
My real breast.
Exactly. So people are still lying about it. It's my real nose. It's my real. But people, it's just, I feel like it's just because of insecurities.
Okay, but what was your general take on plastic surgery?
Plastic surgery is in two phases, right? There's the first one that people do because they have health issues that they want to fix.
Yes.
Sometimes you could have an accident and that's the only solution.
You need to reconstruct your face and all of that.
Sometimes your nose, there could be, your bone could be hindering the way you breathe. So you want to fix it because, which is okay. Of course, why would you not want to do, if it's for a health purpose, then it's okay. Now, when it comes to the beauty part of plastic surgery, honestly, like they say, your body, your choice. But I feel like plastic surgery, which is okay, anything that you want to do with your body is okay. At the end of it, it's your body. But I feel like it definitely does not fix the real problem. If your problem is that you are insecure about a certain part of yourself and you feel like you need plastic surgery to fix that part of yourself, then when you get the plastic surgery, what happens? Do you get over the fact that, I now feel better? For some people, they're like, oh, it gave me confidence, which is fine. But for some people, it doesn't change that insecurity that they had.
Facts.
When at first was you're looking, you felt like, okay, you don't have hips. You went to go and get hips. The next thing you look, okay, my hips are okay now, but this is my nose. I feel, and it goes on and on. And even the people that do the hips, you do it today, tomorrow you'll be like, it's too small, they should add it, or it's too big, they should reduce it. They are never comfortable, they're never content.
That's how they start looking weird.
Exactly.
There's this Nigerian celebrity who's on BBL, because that's one of the most popular ones. I don't understand. It's like the butt is it limping or hanging, or it's not like say the buttocks will collapse. I see some video where I just no collapse then, but I don't really care. It's not like say the buttocks go forward and go pop. It's
exactly.
crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that it's because, so like I said, it's okay for you to want to fix something, but your heart, your mindset, how you think about yourself is what is most important. If you look at yourself and you're comfortable in your skin, That's the best thing. That's what's the most important, because surgery will not fix that thought. You know, it will not fix the way you think about yourself. That's why many of these women do surgery repeatedly. They don't do it one time. Ask Kim K, she'll tell you it's not one time she has done her bum, and she will still continue to do it. And besides even the fixing and the reconstruction, there's always maintenance that they have to do. There are a lot of,
you have to.
all of that, but they don't come and tell you that they have to do all this maintenance. They have to go back to the doctor, fix this. So at the end of the day, whatever you're doing with your body, make sure that inside you feel that you're beautiful, you're comfortable, and you're healthy. Because some of these surgeries cause a lot of health complications.
Yeah.
And I personally feel like in like 10 years, 15 years to come, there's going to be a new wave of diseases that will arise from these surgeries that are happening now. Because there's a lot of surgeries going on. You don't even know what they are putting in. So you don't even know what they are injecting in your body. You know, some of these things will later on play out. It's just, I feel like it's a new thing, because this what's happening now is pretty new. A lot of new ways.
It is.
But then after like maybe 10, 20 years, 25 years, all these surgeries that they are doing now, we'll see the effects that time, and we're going to understand that I feel like there'll be a new wave of diseases out there.
I think so personally, because I feel like anything that puts you under a lot of artificial stuff, because that's what is going on, is going to affect you at a later age. You've had persons that have done breast implants and later complain that they are going through excruciating pain. Same with the bomb and all that things. I feel that, honestly speaking, if it's not for the sake of, you know, if it's not, let's say, suggested by doctors, if doctors have not recommended a certain surgery for you, probably for your medical reasons, reasons that you can really back up and say, okay, this is something that I need to do for my own well-being, like we're citing the case of probably facial reconstruction and all of that, especially when you've gone through a horrible accident. Though there are some persons that have been in that situation and have refused to reconstruct their face, but if you can't afford it and all of that, you can go through it. But away from that, though, we are going to definitely come back to break it down a lot deeper. Me, I don't really check say the plastic surgery thing. I mean, because the one way me I don't see and so far it toxic. You must just then I this okay, let's talk about this Nigerian. Let me quickly just talk about this Nigerian comedian Zeke. Zeke go do, I'm sorry, but it's not my business, but we are in it. He go do surgery for nose. He come back, he's looking surprised all the time. he just did like say they surprise every time.
And that's why I feel like when you start, you just have to keep doing it. Because now he did his nose, and I don't know, he did something else, and then people are now, the other doctors are recommending that he has to do like because he did his nose, and I think he did a brow. Now they're recommending
he did a brow. No wonder because they just this.
He did like an eye lift or something. Now they're recommending that he has to do like a facelift, like his forehead, so that it will align with the nose. And that's one thing. At the end of the day, like I said, just love yourself the way you are, because there will always be, if you alter these parts, it's not going to balance up with these other parts. You have to keep altering.
And another thing too, I mean, a lot of people sometimes try to even justify it by saying that there is one that is natural and there's another that is not natural. For those people who say they remove part of your flesh, especially for those who want to do ass, they go and they're like, okay, they remove maybe fat from my tummy and they put it on my butt, which is more or less just making use of, you know, parts of my body. So I don't know. Is that
but what's your general take though? Before we get to that, what's your general take on?
I mean, personally, I'm one person who is very much in love with nature. I like a lot of
natural boy,
very natural.
And just like Gladys was mentioning, plastic surgery, the worth, especially from a medical perspective, is not a bad thing, because even orthopedic surgeons and other people who do surgeries, they do that a lot. Like, I mean, somebody has a knee problem and they have to maybe completely remove it and then, you know, put some stuff and then rearrange it. Or you have some defect with your lap and they need some flesh to add it there to balance it up. But that one is for medical purposes. It's not because you just want to look better.
It's not for beauty purposes.
I am honestly against anybody who probably goes out there to want to fix themselves because they want to impress. Why do I say that? Now, like they always say, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, even though sometimes they say the beholder might be blind. So, let's just look at it this way. I mean, I see you and you're looking like you are. And then I look at you and I'm like, wow, you look nice. But I think if your leg could look a little smaller, it will fit you more.
You start setting insecurities into me. I start feeling like I'm not good enough.
Then you go to do it because you want to impress me. And you do it, and maybe after a few days or a few months, we are in trouble. We are in a relationship, and then we get into relationship trouble, and then we separate. Now, what happens with the leg you did for me? Maybe the next person you're going to meet will not like the leg the way it is. You might need to probably redo it or touch some other part to match it. So I see it like people are doing it not for themselves, not even for their insecurities, but for the public, for what people are going to think, for what people are going to say.
And that brings us now really to the crux of the matter with regards to a particular topic, the role that celebrities and public figures play in this particular thing. They have completely shifted the mindset of young persons. Yes.
To look at it that way.
They feel like it's a normal thing to go through that pain. And I see a lot of married women to get into that. Like, after I'm done having my children, I'm going to go do my tummy talk. I'm going to do my butt lift. I'm going to do my this, fix my nose, fix my that. I'm done with it. Now it's just for me to slay. And
this guy who was in Cameroon, the Nigerian guy, MC Bakara.
Yeah.
I saw a video where his wife actually did a video talking to fans and asking them, okay, I mean, I have children already. This is how my tummy is. It's falling and all. So what do you people recommend? Should I go do my tummy? Should I go under the knife? Should I fix it this way? What do you people think? So to them, those conversations, just like you're saying, those conversations make it look like it's normal because you're standing and showing yourself your insecurities and then making your fans, young people and people who are vulnerable to discuss that. For them, it now sticks in their brain and they feel like, okay, in my own turn, I definitely
I will try.
So
Clary, what would you say is the impact that these celebrities have on these young people, on us? In fact, what am I saying? So I'm also young.
Exactly. So it's not only celebrities. Right? The truth is not only celebrities, it's society and the media.
Okay.
Because if you are watching TV, for example, and you don't see anybody who looks like you on TV, everybody you see on TV is slim. She doesn't have natural hair. She's always, she's looking a certain kind of way. You start looking at yourself like, this is not how I'm supposed to be, because people I see on TV are not like me. So something is wrong with me. That is the big problem that we have. When TV shows, music videos, all of that, the girls there are a certain kind of way. Nigerian movies, now even Hollywood movies now are starting to look like that. All the girls have a certain. They
have bum. Exactly. They have boobs. Like, I'm not seeing anybody that has a big stomach or that looks like. The BBL is BBL.
But if that
exactly.
is so useful, then why did somebody like Nancy, for instance, she did BBL and later removed it? So
I don't know if Nancy did BBL. I thought that she. Do you think she did?
Or maybe she used.
I honestly think she did.
That's a good move.
And another thing is, like, as a woman, the way a woman's body is, there are many people who were skinny when they were in their teens or right up to their 20s. When they say entering their 30s, they put on weight.
That weight.
Now, for those people that were skinny, they felt like, I don't have hips, they go and put hips.
Yes.
When they enter their 30s and they now start getting natural hips from their weight, their natural growth, it starts looking funny. That's what's happening to many people. They start looking funny because now you have put on your natural weight. You are a woman. You grow just like our hips are built to, at a certain point they have to grow a certain way to be able to accommodate women. For some people it's bigger, for some people it's small. But every woman has hips because she must be able to give birth to children. That is how God made us. So when you are now younger, you start looking, I'm too slim, I'm too this, I don't have hips. You go and put those hips. When you enter your 30s, maybe late 20s, you're entering your 30s, you start having your natural hips come out. It does not necessarily have to come out big bed. Plus that one that you went to go and put, you start looking funny.
Yeah.
So I just feel, for me, I think that it should be an issue of education. People should be, especially these plastic surgeons, they should educate their clients and give them honest reviews about whatever it is that they're going to do. Because yes, it's true, it's looking normal now, and the truth is that there's no talk about it. Men are getting it to eat, women are getting it to eat.
Yes, men are doing their
people are dying on surgery tables.
Let's talk about people are getting I think it's an popular American comedian, DC Young, whose I think wife died from complications of the BBL. Yes, people, the thing is we are focused on the glamour that comes with it,
but there's a lot of pain,
there's a lot of pain. Complications can come up. People are not talking about that. You see your favorite celebrity disappear for like 6 months, and when they come back, new photo shoot. Yes, new photo shoot. Bomb. There's this I've forgotten Nigerian actress. I've forgotten her name. She did hers recently. She's now parading her nias all over the place. People are not.
While she was still in the process.
People are not talking about the fact that it is excruciating. It is horrible. Remember the lady that died in the West region? I think it's the West region. She was trying to do a very crude one, and she ended up. from the some of the people that probably had the opportunity of seeing her remain sadly.
Yeah.
Let me say this in PG. That's that Dr. Chapier, that woman just cut mixy.
And that's the thing.
What's that?
People don't have money to go for the like really expensive surgeons. So it's not for anyone that's around. Anybody that says I do this thing. Even this now, there are many cosmetologists who are claiming that they do injections. They do, and people fall for those things just because they want that aesthetic. They say, they do butt fillers, they do lip fillers, they do this, they do that, and people are actually going for those things, and you don't even know what they're injecting. Some of them are not even doing it in the norms of the business. Some of them are not even doing it in the norms of the field.
Some girls, their blood was even getting, I think, rotten or something because of seasoning. They are injecting seasoning there.
A lot of young girls who wanted to do that, and I don't know who advised them. They use Maggie.
That's what I'm saying. Because
they heard that that's what other people are doing.
Exactly.
So I feel like as a media, there should be that consciousness of the fact that people are watching, and Nollywood is subconsciously buying into this surgery narrative without even knowing. Because now when they want to cast ladies in the movie, everybody they are casting ladies.
Housemaid that has
housemaid.
Oh, guys, thinking at it,
you know, and they're subconsciously programming girls to be thinking that you must have. In Nigeria, not those big nyash girls are not even up. They're not up to like 30% of the way Nigerian women look normally.
Yeah.
So if you put those kind of women on the screen all the time, what do you want? How do you want people to see?
It's not even the big nyash, because naturally Africans have
nyash.
But they have tummy,
aesthetically, exactly.
But now what they portray is those girls with
the fake
big
one
nyash and very slim tummy with a very small waistline. So it makes it look like, I mean,
everybody should look like that.
But then again, let us try to see if we can flip the coin to like Clarice was saying at the end of the day, should we be telling people what to do with their bodies? Because in as much as we are saying that it's bad, there's pain and all of that, there are people that are pretty much living their best life because they have had all these enhancements and the rest. It is true that we are zooming a lot into the BBLs and the breast implants and all of that, but there are people that have touched certain aspects of their bodies and that has changed
their
changed how they feel.
Better.
Yes, there was this lady I saw on a TikTok. It was not even, she didn't really have any complications from her nose and all, but her nose was really massive. Her nose was big. I'm sure we'll have a picture of this lady on screen. Her nose was this large, yes, coming right close to her lip also, and she looked really, I'm sorry to say, she didn't look attractive, didn't look appealing. And she finally ended up doing nose surgery, whatever it is they call it. And honestly speaking, she looked good. So will I now go and start saying that, God gave you were born natural, you were born this, you should have stayed that way? She looked really good with her nose.
But in that case,
she looked good with her nose.
In that case, right? If you want to go into the crux of the matter,
there are people that their mouths are that large, and there are also ladies who are going through who have a lot of breasts, like really big. It reach for lap. They go under the knife and reduce that so that they can. Some of them go through a lot of pain.
For me, that's it falls under health issues.
Okay, let's talk about that health. Let's talk about that health. Let's come back to the nose and the lips.
That's why
the other things that
I just feel like people should be educated. That's why I said doctors should educate, because it's okay for you to want to go and do something, but you should just know the reality of what you're doing. And while you're going to go and fix this external thing, make sure that inside you are feeling good about yourself, because that external cannot fix the inside. If the insecurities are because you don't feel beautiful and they go and fix it, hope that you will feel beautiful. Make sure that you eventually feel beautiful. You know, that's all my own. And also the complications that come with it, the reality should be told to you.
Exactly.
You should be educated. They should tell you that, okay, you have to do maintenance for this bomb at a certain time. After a certain period of time, you should go to the hospital.
Even all that money also, because is it really?
You should also be informed that, okay, after some time, this thing can detach from your body. It can collapse. It can burst. For some of the ones, the implants, it can, like, all of that should be told. So you should know that this is what I'm getting into, because some women have gotten into it, they did not know the realities of it. So, for me, it's just about education and also introspection. Let's be that you are doing it, you are comfortable in your skin, and when you're doing that your surgery, it should make you comfortable in your skin. You should not be looking at yourself and you're not you still have those insecurities that you still had.
And speaking of insecurities, I think that this opens us up to another thing that I think people are using, like you're saying, a plastic surgery to cover up the mental health issues that people are going through. People are supposed to be having conversations with experts, with psychologists, with shrinks here and there. They are supposed to be going through therapy, but they are going under the knife to fix problems that will never ever be fixed. And another thing is, if you are not doing this thing for yourself, and like you were saying, for another person, because somebody has done it, I think that is really dumb. That's a dumb thing to do.
You know, you were talking about the fact that media and movies, they're actually pushing this agenda, and it's a problem.
It's a problem.
There have been conversations about how our movie industry is putting out our stories. Just recently, Simon was talking about the fact that we don't tell our stories the natural way. We are unconsciously following what the West are doing. For instance, if I am supposed to tell a Cameroonian story, I have to tell the Cameroonian story with Cameroonian people the way they look.
The way Cameroonians
are not perfect like
exactly.
that. There are fat people, there are slim people, there are tall people, there are short people, and it's the same thing with fashion designers. It doesn't suffice for fashion designers to want to do a collection release and everybody that is on the runway is a slim, tall model. Meanwhile, I've been in the fashion industry for a while, and I used to say this: when I want to do if I'm doing a collection release, you want to sell, that's the intention. And if you want to sell,
how do the majority of people look like?
Slim tall people, those are not.
They are not even up to 20%.
There is a lot of people who are expanded, who want to wear your outfit. Why not appeal to them? And that's the problem, because we keep pushing the wrong agenda. And when things are not moving, we blame people. That is why I think that we need to tell people what to do. How? By educating them. Because if you don't educate them, other people will educate them. Remember that
you want to educate them, will not tell you that you mind your business.
Children are growing,
none of your business.
What they keep in their subconscious mind
is what they see.
Exactly, they see that, they
those
hear
images.
That, they hear that, and then it becomes as a part of them.
Exactly.
So if we keep telling them this is bad, this is bad, and even the consequences. There was a time within the American, within Hollywood, where they I saw a series of documentaries where they were actually talking against this plastic surgery. They showed the after effect of these things
on many
where
people.
You see people's arms already collapse. You see nose. You see right up to Michael Jackson, before he died, his nose was almost coming out when he walks outside. Why? Because he did a lot of plastic surgery. So the after effect is so severe and damaging. We need to make people know that at some point in your life you will feel pain. And I cannot be a man, I marry a woman and then I advise her to go do that, knowing fully well that sometime in the future she's going to actually start feeling the after effect, and I would rather than,
and then your children might be motherless because of
rather than living your old age as a happy couple, you spend time taking care
going
of
to the hospital left and right, and it happens. Many couples are going through that actually.
Because you prepare that for your future. How can you be preparing pain for your old age?
The truth is, I feel like it's like the media images celebrities and then society too. Let's be honest.
Society.
People,
society.
They'll see you on TV looking up like, see as your belly big. See a big nose.
You don't fight against
see
why you?
All of those talks, and then there's some celebrities that have actually been bullied into plastic.
Of course they have.
People keep telling them that they don't look good. See a friend, you should look at you, look at your friends, look at your friends. And the truth is that's why I feel like the mental health aspect of this, because as you said, that's like, I feel like that's the crux of the matter.
It is.
And like I've been saying, introspection. How do you really see yourself? Because no matter whatever surgery you do, there'll be somebody that will say that this your nose is still too big for you. So if you still do not look at yourself and you're comfortable with the way you look, then the insecurity will never finish. Because there's always going to be something that people always say, and there's always going to be something that you will feel that is not looking right the way you want it to look. So it's about accepting who you are. Accepting who you are. If you want to do your surgery, do your surgery, but accept who you are
as a person,
because that's what's the most important.
Very true. And speaking of accepting who you are, I think that when we are analyzing this, as we are all listening to each other talk, one another talk, you realize there are so many things that are popping up concerning this particular loving yourself and mental health issue. And I think one of the places where we are also supposed to tackle where self-love begins, to the point where you love yourself and you accept yourself for who you are, is from the home. What are parents telling their children? There are parents that bully their kids.
children.
that give them words that you will not believe that is a father or a mother that is throwing such words at their child, especially when you have a kid that is chubby.
Yeah.
You're raising a child, you're the one that is feeding that child. You fed that child and they have become chubby, and then you now go behind and you start bullying them and saying that, why are you looking like this? Why are you not looking like that? You needed to do stuff to be able to ensure that they look the way you think is healthiest for them. And people need to also understand that chubby is not unhealthy. Society is people are so weird when it comes to this particular topic.
Exactly.
Everybody thinks that if you are not, you don't have a flat tummy, you don't have
sick.
big nyash and big boobs, you're sick. You need to really look perfect. Yeah, there's something that there's something wrong with you.
And meanwhile, it's ironical because when somebody falls sick, the first thing that happens is that you lose weight.
Yeah.
So ironically, when somebody starts losing weight, and it's the same people like, when they start seeing people losing weight, they start telling you, why you look so, why you dry so you don't get AIDS? You know, well, you know.
Maybe I mean there was a time I was considering doing if there was plastic surgery to add weight because I know I am healthy. But then you move around and because
people tell you that
you grow, you need to gain weight in order to feel like, okay, you're a man, you're married and all. Because, you know, it's common thing that especially in Africa, Cameroon, when you start making money, your stomach start going very big, you gain weight, and then, you know, you're just so big and huge. And then soon after, you start going to the gym and running around and struggling to not eat everything because you want to lose weight. So this is the question I always ask people: what would you rather do? Should I gain weight and then soon I start going to the gym?
And people are even different too. People are different. That's why at the end of the day, it's about you being healthy. Morphologists are different. Everybody cannot be slim. Everybody cannot be, you know.
Our people affect some of
many
us.
things. For some women that are even fat is because they cannot help it. Some of them don't even eat much, but they just cannot help it. Some are going to PCOS. Some are going to PCOS.
But you look at me and think that I eat the whole day.
Exactly. So it's not even about food. Sometimes it's about your body, just the way your body is, what your body likes, what your body does. So it's different for everybody. So I just feel like people should, number one, people should be tolerant of each other. Don't be this thing of always bullying people or expecting people to look a certain way. It's not. If the person know your husband, your wife, your child, it's not really your business.
It is bad. Like let's talk about. We were talking about the media. Let's talk especially about social media.
That's
like the bitterness that people carry.
Exactly.
I'm like, were you loved at home? Are you sure you were loved at home? Because if you were loved at home, no, it's true. If you were loved at home and the right examples were set for you, there are things you will not tell other people.
But do you think
those are major
it's crazy.
An average Cameroonian?
I don't think that. I don't think that they were loved.
To be honest, looking at it this way, you know, our parents have a strange way of showing us love,
which is what we have to unlearn and
this is
change.
Right? The way our parents show us love, those of us who probably grew up in some point, we understood later that it was love per se. But there is this Gen Z generation, the way our parents show up love and the way they have learned love is two different things. So maybe, for instance, your mom could just say, see your fat jaw, but it doesn't mean she's actually abusing you. Sometimes it's just a way of expression. But
no, some parents and they way their own will be about fat jaw, so went really far.
That's right. But these are our kids nowadays. When they say that, they will take it serious, and then they might probably go start searching and browsing to see how I can reduce my jaws. That's why you see they'll talk to a kid.
I've heard teens saying, I don't want to eat too much. Teens hungry, you know, I'm hungry but I cannot eat. I don't want to have big stomach. Auntie, I don't want to be fat like you. I don't want to be. It's crazy. We look at it as a joke, but wait for that child 10 years from now and see what they are trying to do to look a certain way, because some people somewhere have told them they're supposed to do look a certain way. So back to that place of love from the home. I think we need to pump love into our children and a lot of self-confidence, and let them understand, like when the Bible says we are created in the image of God, we need to tell our children that, let them understand that they are perfection. Yes, and no other person is supposed to set a standard for what they are supposed to look like. As who are you? God knew better, and that's why I came out looking the way I was looking. Yes, except otherwise there is an accident and all of that things where, like we were saying, we do that. But parents need to take this with a lot of seriousness. Why? Because their children are struggling. Their children are doing things that they are not supposed to do. There was a girl in Boya sometime that took lime. I think she ended up dying when she was rushed to the hospital. She was sucking lime and not eating over a chubby girl like myself. Oh, boyfriend say you're fat. I don't like. And then that's another thing. That brings me to another thing. Date your size, I beg. Date your size and take your spec. Just date who you want. Leave some of us alone.
People should, you know, this love yourself of a thing, right? The truth is that if you love yourself, you will not even speak a certain way to another person if you love yourself.
True.
That's if you love yourself, all these trolls on social media, they are miserable people. You see somebody that is insulting somebody, look at the way you're fat. If you want to check that person, the person is fatter than you. Yes, it's just misery. When people troll, it's an expression of the bitterness that they have inside. It's not really about you. It's about them.
True.
So people should that's why I feel like in this generation, one of the things that they should teach kids in school is social media literacy. You should be able to know how to read between when you see something on social media. You should be able to know whether this thing is real or it's not real, or whether I should take it or I should not take it, whether I should believe it. Like you should have literacy when you're going to social media. Because it's not everything that you see that you should take. It's not everything that you see that you should believe. It's not, and some people don't know how to decipher. It's not everything that you see that is even true.
That's the thing.
So you should have that literacy. So I feel like that's because people they'll speak. There are many celebrities that have been thrown into doing BBL. They have been thrown again after
there's a picture now of Chris M that is trending, and that's after she attended. I think it's Big Dreams, like Big Dreams Entertainment's 10th anniversary. Yes, and people have taken a picture of Chris M on, I think it's either Snapchat or TikTok, and they are comparing it to a picture that was taken of her at the party. In the TikTok picture, of course, she looks slimmer, she looks fairer, and all of that. And in this other picture, she looks chubbier. Of course, she looks darker, and it look thick. You get. So people are saying there's this blog that posted it. I've forgotten the name of this French blog, and it has thousands of likes, and the headline of that particular post is it's one that raises a lot of questions, and in fact it's literally mocking the artist, and people are under laughing and asking, who is this Chris M, this is this is that. You don't know what is you're doing to that artist. You don't know what you're causing. You don't know what you're also telling other people that don't look a certain way.
And you know just saying that, there is something with people, especially on the social media literacy, right? Especially in the Nigerian ecosystem for movie premieres and stuff. There is something with people. In fact, it's been happening even here, wherein what the pictures people take in studios or in events,
of course they're edited.
It's edited.
Yeah.
You see somebody who is naturally chubby, they take a picture, they go
and of course
put it on,
which is okay. The thing is, I don't even know,
make them look so amazing.
That's not even an issue. That's not even supposed to be an issue. That's why I said that, like I said, social media literacy.
Because so many kids, when they see that, they believe that is the person. They actually.
And there was also a time when Kim Kardashian took a picture of herself at the beach. They edited picture, and the picture looks like there was a paparazzi that took. It was like day and night.
Exactly.
But if you had to look at that Kim, you would think that she doesn't have a dot. She doesn't have and I also think that regardless, of course, celebrities should do what they want to do. But I think that it is also good that sometimes if you're an opinion leader, you're a celebrity, you have fans, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people. I think that there is a part of you that knows that you owe it as a duty to ensure that you are leading these people, at least of some sort, to a certain degree. You hear celebrities say, oh, I'm not a role model, but you have fans, you have people following you. Why are they following you? Why are they following you too? You want those people to be there to buy dresses from you, to subscribe to probably your platform, to support your business, to like and share your posts, and then you claim that you are not their leader or something. That's a fat lie. So if you know that you are their leader, it is important that you are giving them to an extent the right values and the right things to believe in.
So I think
the thing is that what I don't believe.
So what are you need to try and be real.
No, seriously.
Yeah, you should try and be real to an extent. Yes. You are pushing. You make people think that you don't have a dot on your skin. You make people think that you are bathing in milk and honey. You wash inside me, you don't get dot, you don't get nothing.
Wait, as public figures, right? Yes, public figures have a responsibility towards their audience. That one is the truth. You have a certain responsibility. Whatever you are doing, in whatever field you are in, if you have any audience, if you have people who are looking up to you, you definitely have a responsibility towards those people. But now you cannot hold public figures accountable for the way people behave. Now, yes, you have a certain influence. True, whether you know it or you don't know it, whether you like it or you don't like it, you are influencing these people. You have a group of people that are influencing, which is facts. Just like even on the streets, there are people, their aunties that are influencing kids, their mothers are influencing kids. That one is facts. Is the truth. Now, as parents, you have as a parent, for example, you have the responsibility to educate your child, give your child proper values. So that the people that your child will be following on social media are people that your child is supposed to be following. If your child is following, let's say somebody who is doing adult movies. something is wrong with you. Because why is your child leaning towards? How did she even know that this kind of person is on social media? So can't be following this kind of person, because that kind of
but
person.
then there are also bad friends too. There are also crazy things that are happening in school. Teachers having sex with students, opening them up to things that their parents have no. Master, the parent plenty.
See,
anyway,
a
right
lot
on.
of these children actually learn these things from their phone before they even get.
Why should you be giving a child
a phone?
Yeah, that's.
Why should, so parents, I feel like parents have a certain responsibility. Society has its own responsibility.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, because public figures too, some of them are victims of this same society. Some of them are victims. Some of them are doing these things just because they were bullied into it. They are not comfortable to be able to. That's why I said, for me, this generation, social media literacy should be taught in school. So children should be able to know that it's not, if a celebrity posts a picture, it is edited. They should be able to know that if I look at this picture, I should know that this thing is edited. They should be able to know that I should be able to look at the picture and tell that this person used a filter. They should be able to know that I looked at this picture, this get ready with me video that this person is doing, she had to edit parts out. You should be able to look at the video and be like, okay, this couple that they are showing their 1 minute video that they are showing us lovey, this is not how their house is 247. This mother that has kids, she's not always like this for her kids. Sometimes their house is scattered.
Exactly.
The social media influencer does not necessarily have to tell you that, but you should be able to have that literacy. You should be able to have that education to know that these things are not always the way they seem. And I feel like that is something, a responsibility that parents should have, schools should have, leaders, guardians, they should have. You should be able to educate your kids, because the exposure, there's everything on social media.
Sure.
There's everything. So your kids should be leaning towards a particular direction. Like, for example, there's some men that when they open their phones, they just go what they follow: news, BBC, CNN, sports, super sports. Because that's their mentality, that's their mindset.
Yeah.
There's some other people that open their phones, they are following celebrities, they are following Nigerian actresses, they are following all these Instagram models, they are following. Because it's a certain behavior that is in them that's making them incline towards these people.
Yeah.
Because they're also Christian influencers, they are Christian public figures.
Sure.
They are Muslim public figures. They are public figures that are there to be teaching etiquette, teaching values. So you who is not following those people, but you have decided to go and follow the ones that are teaching you bad things, something is wrong with you. It means that you have a problem. Why are you leaning towards these people? It's just like even in real life, you are hanging out with bad friends. Why are you leaning towards bad friends? Something is wrong with you. It means that you have a certain affinity for bad things. So your parents should correct it and make sure that no, these people, that's why your mother will tell you, don't hang out with this person, don't do that. They'll even beat you sometimes because they are seeing that this is not good company. And it should be the same thing with social media. It's not everybody that you should be following. It's not everybody that you should be. There's some things that should not even appear on your page. You see it,
block people,
delete.
Mute.
Yeah, block people.
My block button is the most, I
that.
think, the most active button on my
Very
social
important.
media.
So people
There was a time when I
you
put
blocking
on
me. No, they have the right
when
to
I,
block you.
if not been I say normally man get other responsibilities and in a way see the do am. I will probably be na one of that people will be bullied today. I go do find my small money, go do my own BBL. Yes, go cut belly or reduce laps or do anything, because the bullying at some point in time became too much. You post say, why you there now? So you know then you be there now. So
see
your
friend against
you
small
did have
belly.
for meet you did for meet so it's too much.
Yeah.
But anyway, as we are concluding on this topic, me, I want to say that plastic surgery is not for poor people. You don't have money, sit in your house.
Exactly.
Yeah, sit in your house, work out,
Yeah.
eat, read self-love books, read personal development books. There is so much more inside of you.
Exactly.
You cannot limit yourself. God may not
To the
have
way you
given
look.
you the type of physical appearance you think that you need, you want, but He gave you what you need.
Exactly.
And if you're focusing so much on what you look like outside, you're going to be missing out on the great things you can be able
Exactly.
to. There are so many people out there that have a lot of money, billionaires, that don't look good. We know. E.g.,
you already
when you look
know
great,
you
and then master, you know, say the man know they on the physical looking, but there is nothing you can. You know, if you stand that man stand.
You don't see that.
Yes, you know, if you stand that man stand.
So they can be look good before
So
old.
you look at him and say, but this one is not appealing. But then again, he has so much. He's educated. He's wealthy. He's a philanthropist. He does so much. So would you water down all the other great things that God has given you?
He's fertile.
Because
Because the young girls pregnant.
A very fertile man, of course.
And another thing I'd like to say about this BBL is that it reduces a lot of women to their physical attributes.
Yeah,
Some women say that,
us
men
down.
are sexualizing me, men are sexualizing me, but you are sexualizing yourself when you make everything about you, about the way you look.
True.
Many girls make themselves they reduce themselves literally to their physical appearance.
True.
And when you reduce yourself to your physical appearance, people will attribute that physical appearance to you,
That's all.
and they'll not be able to see who you are and
See
what you do,
beyond
the
that.
value, see beyond that. So besides all of this external beauty, put forward the values that you have, the values that you carry. It's not there's some people that are just naturally extravagant. They are very educated women, but they just like to look a certain way, which is okay. But at the end of the day, who you are is what people should see. What you have inside is what people should see. People should not be looking at you and seeing your physique. They should be looking at you, even if your physique is this way, they should be seeing beyond that physique. They should see the person, they should see your purpose, they should see your work, they should see what you bring to the table. Don't reduce yourself to just that. And that's why people tag BBL girls to, cheap girls or prostitutes, because many girls do BBL and they do that is what they do it for
And
prostitution.
some of the
They
people
use
that
it to increase
funded
their
their
prices.
the BBLs are even people
Exactly.
they are having sexual
So-
And
relations
those
with.
people will not stay with them because they fund you.
But your own gender too, I'm also the concluding topic. So, but your own gender that will not really be the cause of probably like 70% of the BBLT. Some of you men are walking around pregnant, but telling us to have a snatched waist.
But I am not
I say some of you men, you're not those men with big stomach. You cannot even see their manhood. You don't even see what they under. You listen at the
I'm
belly.
going to say, right, personally, there is a certain kind of attractiveness I have for ladies who would own themselves, right? I always say this, I say I'm sapiosexual. I don't pay so much attention to the physical. You understand? It doesn't mean, because first of all, love is different from just liking somebody.
Yeah.
People mix these things together. I don't need to tell every girl to look nice, have boobs and ass and all. Because there are people who go to 1,000 comment sections and tell every girl in that comment section to have ass. What are you doing with 1,000 girls? That's the problem. If you already have your own that you like, why go and body shame other people? You get it? So to me, I prefer that whatever you have, because if I see a girl and you speak nicely, you are educative, you're smart and all, before I even think about your physical body, I would
You're
have
attracted to the mind.
While I was in the university, there is this lady that I liked her just because she could dance well. The way she, expressed herself through dance was so amazing, but she was not so physically appealing like that. But I would prefer her to the very pretty one, because you see a very pretty girl who is not expressive in some way that can attract you. So people have different things that they do. In fact, everybody has a superpower. There is something in you that is so attractive.
Yeah.
But when you focus on the physical, like Clarice was saying, you suppress that your superpower, and then it deploys your self-esteem.
Yeah.
That's why I see most of those people, I'll tell you the truth, anybody who does BBL for beauty's sake has low self-esteem to the highest level, and it relates directly with mental health issues. Because nobody's going to claim that they're doing it for themselves. For instance, if you were the only one on earth,
Why would I be bothered?
why would you do that?
That's a good one. Why would I be
You
bothered?
discover that people are doing it for others, and those people you are doing it for, they don't care. They simply just whine you, like the guy who did the nose, and soon after he's thinking about doing stuff. He went for an interview, and it was funny with Bayu. It was funny, but that guy was actually adding up a lot of things to his stress, because he was there, and at some point the guy would be like, can you do like this? Do like this, and the guy was like, no, it's not yet time. But you do like this. How do you feel? You look like, just like you were saying.
You look surprised. You look surprised.
The Lord, he has done that, and then you go to the comment section, and people are going to take those things, and it's part of it. They are not bullying you again and making you feel like your forehead is pressed.
And that's why he will surely go again for
But
another
I
one.
was even very, well, though it's not my business, but when I swap, it was my business somehow, because I'm putting it out there. So like when Zeke used to do his comedy, when he just started and all, he didn't look okay. Of course, normally when you start, you look cranky, you look hungry, all of that. But after some time, he put on weight, he was hitting the gym. Those are things that is good to do. He was looking great, he was okay. Even with that nose, maybe the talk say the nose, he was okay. I think that I was impressed because he was
the
now
number of
dressing
big
up.
and
He
flat
started his hairline. He was doing so many other things. His videos were growing as fast as well. He wanted them and all. Then that nose. His skin and say no be the breed fine. That nose just ruin her. Your face. And then the part of the face, then I say black pass the it worried me, Masa.
And ladies, right? Just mention that, but we did not stress on that. It's important we talk
What's
about
that?
the relationship that this plastic surgery has with prostitution.
Yeah.
It's not cheap. This thing is not cheap. You see a girl.
Not just in people that go to fund the lifestyle for go.
You know,
the BBL.
She's gathering money. Gradually, when you listen to these celebrities abroad, somebody will tell you how long they gathered money to be able to do one.
Yeah.
And then they are gathering money to do another. But around here, you see a girl who probably cannot fit so well, who probably spends like 50 million to go and do ass and boobs. Like, how?
Yeah.
A normal girl now who is struggling to survive and all would think that, I really want to fix this.
I don't know if I'm
and that's why when they do it now, many of these girls that do it, especially those that don't have money.
Exactly.
When you do it, you are now forced to start doing certain things to maintain.
Have to sell it.
Yes, because now you have that aesthetic. You have you have to sell it.
You have to keep
and
up.
to sell it, there's a certain way you have to look. There are certain outfits you have to buy. You have to start wearing designers. You don't have money, so you have to start selling your body so you can buy those things. And now you just find yourself in a loop because now you're selling your money to buy those things. You are selling your money to buy car, then you'll still be selling your money to fuel that car. You still be selling your money, so you just
you now start to start giving people the impression that you're living a certain kind of lifestyle. Trying to go on vacations here and there, show people that no, you are up to a certain standard, so that it is those kind of persons that will now approach you. Master, and suffer.
This cross-dressers even put this in a lot more because you see
dearest Bobrisky.
Yes, that will go and they arrange themselves and then you see a man.
I watched a video of Papa God, made him watch your head. He sat on the chair, crossed his feet, and then he was shaking. You know, so put on the shake. I say, "Yay, Papa God!" Now man picking this.
Girls, you go on those things, you see now get them they holler on top man picking where eat the shake buttocks, and I'm like, where are we heading to? How did it even get to this place? It's ladies, they want ladies to go and be like, Master, man, stop that. They are the ones saying, wow, I love you. Don't bother. Like, what the hell? What do you love in that? I really want to understand.
It's crazy. I tell you, many man don't respect himself. I beg. No make so go die. Imagine die.
Love yourself. Stay healthy. That's all.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
But when you go on and on, you realize that we have so much to talk with the consensus topic because as we're talking, new things are coming up.
Exactly.
And it's a very emotional topic. But at the end of the day, just like I borrow from Clarice, and I think all of us have agreed on this particular one. If you're filled with a lot of love, you know that you have so much inside of you. Another person is not going to make you feel less of yourself.
Exactly.
So you need to feed yourself with a lot of love. Probably you didn't have love from home. It's all right. You can always start. Your self-love journey can start from today, okay? Naysayers, cover your ears to all naysayers. All those people telling you what to do with your body. Take a look at them. Are they perfect? I'm sure you see that they are not. So love yourself. Take care of yourself. It's been Truth Hurts, baby. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and do what again?
Comments.
Until next time, truth hurts, but must be spoken. Bye-bye.
That's right.